It almost feels like you shouldn't be in there. Just abandoned and I guess lost in time now.
All right, guys, we are back at Hollywood Studios.
It is the holiday time and I love it. And as you know, the first thing we always have to do when we come to studios or a theme park, we're gonna go visit my friends. So we're on the hunt for the Dairy Queen right now.
It's a Dairy Queen in her natural habitat right now.
I'm so mad about your story yesterday.
Now, I asked you guys on Instagram, who drinks more milk, Santa or Sam the Dairy Queen? And the family responded with pretty much almost 90% of you guys think that Sam drinks more milk than Santa.
But is it true? Because the family voted and they said 80% said that.
It probably was true, yes.
All right, so right outside the Chinese Theater, they have a brand new 50th anniversary churro. It's the Glimmer and Shimmer churro.
Okay, it's time to get some glitter in our body. With the frosting on top, it tastes just kind of like a deep fried donut. Well, donut's already deep fried. Yeah, the frosting's good. I think I'm gonna do like 8.5 on this. Solid specialty churro. Man, that's probably the best churro I've had at Disney World in a couple of years. Remember when you add all those toppings on the specialty limited edition churros? They become like a sloppy mess, no longer become a churro. It was still a churro, but like an elevated churro with that icing on top with little like, I don't know, sprinkles. Really good.
All right, we're gonna be going to a place we haven't been to in a while. Olga's Cantina.
Now, I've pretty much had all the alcoholic drinks here at Olga's, so it's time to try the non-alcoholic stuff. We're gonna have something I've never had before. It's called Java Juice. I'm looking at it, kind of just looks like Java Sweat that they put in a glass. So it's gonna be simply orange and pineapple, kiwi, cantaloupe, and blueberry popping pearls. Oh, the pineapple's funky in there. You know, it's light and refreshing. It kind of reminds me of almost like a star fruit for some reason. It's like a watered down version, I feel like, of all the fruits that are in there. That's odd. Java Sweat Juice, we're gonna do a 7 out of 10. I like the flavors, but I'm not really like in the mood for cantaloupe and kiwi flavors, right? But non-alcoholic drink number 2, it's gonna be the Hyperdrive Punch It. So it's gonna be Powerade Mountain Berry Blast, white cranberry juice, black cherry puree, and Sprite. Now, visually, I think it looks great. I love seeing like the different colors. Oh, now it's all mixed together, it's all purple. It's a cranberry. For some reason, it kind of reminds me of like a prune juice, right? Like a Powerade prune juice. Yeah, I want to give it a punch because it's terrible. It tasted like a raisin Powerade for some reason. I think we'll do a 4 out of 10. Maybe they just didn't mix it correctly, but I did not enjoy it at all. But the Java Sweat Juice is fine. My favorite non-alcoholic drink here, I think, is the Cliff Dweller. It comes in like the porg mug. That's my favorite one up here. Now, in between the booths, they have these, dividers. Probably blaster proof so you don't, shoot first the other person. I kind of like it a little more. Before, you kind of get crammed in with all these other parties. Like, Alice and I were here one time, we were with a bunch of other like drunk people, we were crammed all together. We didn't want to interact with them, they would be too loud and rowdy. But by having this like divider here, I kind of like it a little more because it kind of like separates your parties and it's a little more intimate. So theming wise, doesn't really look right, but I kind of enjoy the experience more having this divider here.
There we go.
All right, so this is the new entrance for the Galactic Starcruiser when they come for their day voyages. They've just kind of put up scrim for where the door is supposed to be.
It's just like a giant, was it just tacked on? It's just tacked on just like a paper print. I hope that's not permanent, but you never know with Disney these days. So this is where they will enter in for their day voyages. They'll be shuttled over from the hotel and then they'll do their adventures here in Batuu and then they'll hop on and go back to the hotel. They still have the characters Ray, Chewie, and what, Vi, is that her name? They're out meeting. They're so far away, so it's kind of hard to talk to them and overhearing all the noises here in Galaxy's Edge.
Kind of frustrating. It's like going from Disneyland when you're in like Avengers Campus. There's new characters and new costumes every single week, I feel like, because of everything staying current with Disney Plus and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then here it's just been stuck in time. Nothing has been added, nothing has been changed. I don't know. They need to add some new stuff into Galaxy's Edge, I feel like. They have a Hondo costume that they had for like the media opening day, but they've never used it. I would love to have that as a walk around meet and greet. Okay, so I've looked on the My Disney Experience app because I wanted to mobile order a Ronto wrap, but they're closed.
Currently 3 right now. 3 in the afternoon and Ronto's Roasters is closed. So this is kind of sad. The robot doesn't work anymore. There's no steam going up anymore. The alien meats are no longer spinning, so they are closed, but it still looks like I can get a Ronto wrap in Docking Bay.
So we got our message to come back for our mobile order, but it stinks because like now it's gonna come in a tray and I just can't have the Ronto wrap just to go. Now I do want to say this Ronto wrap looks a little bit more elegant than the normal Ronto's roaster. It looks almost like picture perfect, like how I feel like Disney would take a picture of it and put it on their website. It comes with these like weird chips. They're purple on the photo, but they're yellow here. They need seasoning. These are bland and boring. I'm gonna put them in the Ronto wrap, see if it adds a little more pizzazz to it. It's been probably like 3 months since I've had a Ronto wrap, so I've missed these suckers. Oh my God. Look at that in there, man. So good. All right, we've added the chips in there. Let's see if it adds any little more pizzazz or crunch to it. The chips add no flavor to the Ronto wrap if you put it in there. Maybe it's just mediocre. All right, 10 out of 10 on the Ronto wrap. So chips, 5 out of 10. I'd rather just have the Ronto roaster open so I just grab it and go so I don't have to do the whole docking bay 7 experience and have to pay for those chips.
We're gonna go into one of my favorite places for merchandise, Dock on Dars.
Yep, dead critter in your speeder.
I popped into Doc Ondars because he's my favorite animatronic of all time to see if they have anything new.
It's all pretty bare bones, unless you want a Vader castle. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Pretty bare bones in here. There's not much Galaxy's Edge merch left.
This isn't working. This is normally filled. There's normally a little critter in here, but that's empty and gone now.
Now for the dark side merchandise, you can get a Vader castle. That's all they have here. But if you want part of the light side,
they have plenty of Maz Kanata statues. They have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
how do they literally have 0 merch in Galaxy's Edge right now? This is insane.
Alright, let's hope they have some new stuff in the droid depot. It does look like a very, very busy day to build a droid. Every single station is full.
Yeah, nothing really in there either. It's kind of sad.
I've never seen the line for baseline this long. It goes all the way outside of the bar and all the way down here. Alright, it's time to go ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Okay, we're in the queue right now. This used to be all like mosaic. There's all this like artwork on the wall and they've just painted over all of it and now it's just a white wall. Yeah, so this entire wall was covered in artwork and now it's all just gone. They just painted over it. So now it just becomes this, kind of this very boring room.
Yep, we're off to the park. See you all there.
Well, hiya, folks. Want to take a ride on my train? Excuse me, you there. Do you mind helping these good people into the cartoon while I fix this here locomotive? Thanks. Be back in a jiffy to pick you all up.
The one thing I really love about this ride is you don't know what's practical and what's just like cartoon.
Don't let erectile dysfunction get in the way.
Hurry, hurry, hurry! Step right up, ladies and gentlemen.
Where's our boy? Where's our boy? There he is. Oh, he's not playing yet. Come on, come on. Play us a little tune. Oh, there we go.
We're on time for class. I don't know what's going on.
Come on, Jason, do something.
Ready and
Kanga!
Well, that concludes my guided tour. Hope And thanks for sticking with me.
I always love when you exit. Look over to the left, and they have Walt Disney right there. All right, so Little Mermaid is still closed.
Studios is my favorite park, right? And I love it with a burning passion. But it's just like coming here and visiting. It's like, what is going on?
All right, it's time to update you on what's going on in Star Wars Launch Bay. There's no more meet and greets, so the signs are just empty.
Nothing, I think, really is opened in here. But, you know, we're documenting the downfall of Launch Bay.
Okay, here's the map for Launch Bay. What are we gonna do here? Let's go to the Launch Bay Theater. Oh, sorry, we are closed. It's just kind of the same exhibit that they've had for the past couple years.
Ugh. Okay, so when you're waiting in the queue to meet the characters, right? They had all these Star Wars props under glass in the queue. Now they've all been removed.
Now they used to have like helmets over there, and there were helmets all in that case, but they're all empty now. This is all gated off, so you can't even go down there. But all of those props have been removed, and you cannot venture over there to go see Rey's bike. Alright, this is all closed off. BB-8 meet and greet, never coming back. You can see the Star Wars ice cream maker right there. So you still can kind of visit these props, but to go into where kind of the shop was and where the other exhibits are, it's all locked up. What is that? The Last Jedi? Or did they have a Rise of Skywalker stuff in there? They've removed stuff out of that container, and then you're just kind of forced back out this way.
It almost feels like you shouldn't be in there. I don't know. It's very odd that that place is still kind of open for everyone. It's just abandoned and I guess lost in time now.
Far enough distance.
Okay, you thought you have a great idea. There could be a meet and greet here, but they would probably never bring it back. BB-8, he's a meet and greet. You don't have to worry about the social distancing or anything.
Okay. If BB-8 is just a droid, and all you have to do is pay the electric bill, I don't understand why they can't just put a line 6 feet away from the BB-8 and have the greeter right next to the BB-8 all day with
This is the questions we've all been asking, and we will never figure it out. This is something very new. They have a new poster for the Star Wars Visions Disney Plus show. We're gonna pop into one man's stream, see if there's anything new. It looks like they have a sneak peek for the Eternals.
I always point this out. So Disney they scrubbed pretty much the history of Splash Mountain from their existence.
Except for the ride. But in one man's stream, they still have this up, which I find is interesting.
This is very odd because again, we're like the only people in here. It's just kind of like abandoned. It's just us in here.
Okay, this all is completely new. Okay, this is, yeah, wow. This used to be the Galaxy's Edge stuff, if I remember correctly. It's all for the Disney Wish, so they probably have the Cinderella that'll greet you in the lobby. Frozen Dining Adventure, Star Wars Hyperspace Lounge. This cruise ship is gonna be great. I really wanna go on it. I think it's supposed to be the biggest one that they've ever made.
The one thing I'm not excited about is they announced for like the kids area, they just like put inflatables up and they put the Incredibles logo on it, which I thought was interesting choice.
Oh, and it looks like on the back of the ship, they're gonna have Rapunzel painting the Disney Wish on it. That's gonna be nice. So this is like the concept modeling. It looks like here's all the Tangled characters, the evil queen, Anna and Elsa, a little Troll King. Now this used to be an exhibit too, but it's all blacked out. And here they still have the Monsters Inc. experience, but sorry, we are closed. So this is the newest thing that they've done in a very long time. Put this up. And they normally have props for new movies. All right, they have a dress for Cruella.
All right, now I'm looking for the Christmas stuff that they normally put in Toy Story Land, and I'm not seeing it. They normally have a giant scarf over Woody.
Yeah, there's normally a giant scarf on Woody. That's not there.
Howdy, I'm Sheriff Woody. Come on.
And then they normally have like giant gingerbread characters of like, this is of ham. I don't think they added any Christmas stuff here in Toy Story Land. This is just very odd.
Like, we can see the park's not empty, right? There's these crowds.
It's just very odd to me that they only put the Christmas stuff in the front of the park when you first walked in, but all the regular Christmas stuff that they normally have throughout the park, not here. It's very odd.
All right, so normally they have a giant Christmas ham cookie here, but it's not there. Now, right here is, it's gonna be kind of the sit-down, like, barbecue restaurant, where it's gonna be character dining.
There's no timetable of when it's gonna open, so maybe 2022, 2023?
All right, so we're here at the front of the park now. They have the creepy little porcelain children up this year with the Christmas lights. I just feel like they're staring into your soul. Terrifying. Is the Hollywood Sunset Boutique even open?
Because the shelves are looking pretty bare, so I would say this store isn't open. I feel really bad because my friends are in town for Christmas to experience Christmas at Disney, and I feel like it's not happening, and I feel bad. It's not my fault, but now we're having a little bit of a dilemma. So I wanted them to see the, holiday projections on Tower of Terror. It hasn't happened yet. It's 7 o'clock. It's been dark for about an hour and a half. I asked the cast member, they even looked in their telecast, which is kind of like the little guide to everything that's going on in the show times, and it just says the show's gonna happen at dusk, or when it gets dark. And dark for an hour and a half, and there's no Snope or projections. So I don't even know if this is gonna happen tonight. I don't know why they don't have it in the times guide of when it's gonna happen.
So there's normally a projection show on the Tower of Terror, but it's been dark for an hour and a half.
We hear music and the projections are going.
There we go, the snow is going. It's snowing in Florida. It's magical. Honestly, there's not much snow coming out. Normally I remember it'd be giant chunks covering all of Sunset, but it's just like a little bit peppering out.
I'm gonna be honest with you, the Snope is kind of weak. If you want good Snope, go to Disney Springs. I got a nostril full yesterday. Oh my God, I just inhaled the Snope, but it just shot right up my left nostril and into my brain. Oh, the Snope did me dirty this year.
So if you want to experience any Snope, you're gonna have to stand right next to the Beauty and the Beast Showtime sign right here. Now you have some options for action figures here. Grief Kargan, Grief Kargan, Grief Kargan. Yeah, this almost looks like the Walmart toy section, where this is all they have left. I do really like this shirt, The Mandalorian, The Legend Continues. Now they do have a Christmas droid set. They always have these every year for the season. Just the special one this year, the R5 unit with little antlers on top. Dashing through the snow? That doesn't make sense. It says it's scented ink. They have a wonderful kind of a retro Star Wars Santa hat. Same design on leggings. Bunch of little Ewoks on speeders. But I do really like these like gingerbread socks with Chewie on them. What's up with all the scented ink stuff? Wookiee cookies and milk. It's a cute little kid shirt. It looks like they have a hoodie with kind of the same design. Then they have a little Grogu shirt that says Merry Force be with you. We got more Grogu merch. It just says go, he goes. Now you have to flip this down to actually read what it says. Wherever I go, he goes. This is a design flaw, because you're gonna wear your beanie like that and all you see is I go, he goes, and that makes no sense. Then they have the camo socks and it says the legend continues. What? They don't say that in the show. Who comes up with this merchandise? This is odd. The year-round Christmas store is closed. I don't think it ever reopened. It just says, sorry, we're closed. And the Muppets store, you know, they have all the fun Muppets merch and everything. Definitely it has not reopened. Sorry, we are closed. They put a bench in front of it.
BB-8, is everyone assembled? Good. Shouldn't you be in flight prep?
Transport takeoff in 20 seconds.
More great news. Churros are back. Beignets are back at Port Orleans. And you can once again enjoy a round at Disney's Winter Summerland Miniature Golf. Everybody take care. We'll see you all soon.
Oh man, nothing beats this view. This is freak out every time I see this. Oh, it's just so crazy.
I just love walking out and seeing all the stormtroopers. It's just mind-blowing. Such a masterpiece as always. You just smile and have so much fun riding through that ride. It's just like Imagineering at its peak. I wonder if we'll ever have a ride that is better than Rise of the Resistance at Disney. It's hard to beat that masterpiece. Indiana Jones is one of the best shows at Hollywood Studios. It's gonna be returning in December. It's gonna be very different from what I've heard. A lot of the same stuff, but it's gonna be different.
I do love walking around Echo Lake. They do an incredible job with the Christmas decorations over here. They have all these like retro lights on the side of the lamppost. I always love these giant illuminated ornaments that they have in the water. Gertie is blazing it up right now, and they put a Santa hat on top of Gertie up there.
Now, all Christmas decorations except for at Hollywood and Vine and at the Hangar Bar are not happening this year. There's only 2 places that are getting Christmas decorations, and within the restaurant, everything else has been cut. So no more special flowers or Christmas trees within all of the restaurants, which is really sad because it really makes you feel festive and holly and jolly throughout your entire Disney experience. A lot of the Christmas stuff I feel like has been cut this year. Okay, guys, we are back home. Let's talk about Hollywood Studios. It's so frustrating, right? Because Hollywood Studios was my favorite park, and just going to it now, it's just kind of a shell of itself, right? You're missing all the entertainers kind of running around, and you're Fantasmic, and there's no Jingle Ball Jingle Band, but I didn't really care for that show, but it was a holiday Christmas show. It's frustrating because it's like I remember what it's like, and then you go there and it's just not like that. You don't get that like Christmassy vibe for some reason. I don't know, you kind of do. I don't know why Launch Bay why is it even open? I think that's bad show by having Launch Bay open looking like that. And then you had that beautiful mosaic that was in Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Yes, kind of, rubbed up against it, and, people would have to go in and touch it up. But the cheaper option, they just painted the wall white. So that whole room is just bland and boring and ruins the theming. There's no longer the Chinese theater vibe in there. It's just a plain white walled room. Ronto wraps are still great. I'm really worried a Galactic Starcruiser, is opening in March, right? I cannot imagine paying $2,000, right? And you're ready to get to Batuu and you're ready to spend money, right? Go through all the markets, get all the food, and you get the market and there's nothing to buy except Vader castles and Maz Kanata statues. I get it, there's a supply shipment shortage and everything. But then in Disneyland, they got like all this new merch and we didn't get much. My friends had a fun time though. It just wasn't the full Christmas feel. They have like the holiday projections, which are something you don't really stand there and watch. You just kind of like walk by and go, oh, that's nice. Okay, let's keep going. There wasn't too much Snope. I don't know what was going on with that. So guys, please let me know down in the comments your thoughts about Hollywood Studios right now. I think they got some work to do. I don't know when Fantasmic's coming back. But even when that does come back, there's still not much. Indiana Jones is coming back, but yeah, we'll cover that in December. So on that note, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And if you want to join the family, stay up to date on all things theme park and Disney, hit that subscribe button. All right, guys, I'll see y'all on Monday. Bye.
Oh, it's good to know Buzz Lightyear has visited